Yep. Hi guys. Welcome. New week, and it's looking good. It's looking good, to be honest. I don't know. I'm hoping you guys have at least watched your portfolio or like opened your crypto exchange, whatever you use, and see what is happening. And it is just crazy, phenomenal. It's just phenomena. It is happening right now. Bitcoin pumped from like 32 to 39. It touched 40 on like Binance, and I don't know about the exchange, but it touched 40 on Binance, and just amazing. We are gonna talk about how, what are the reason Bitcoin is pumping, and like some of the things just crypto. It's a good day, to be honest. Everyone is excited. You can see I'm very pumped up because I was like awake all the night. I was seeing the pump in literal like by minute. Like I was watching like the Binance like minute by minute, like how it was pumping. And yeah, so it's been a great day. To be honest, I hope everyone is like feeling very good with the how their portfolio is doing. It's a new week. It's also like the last week, so the option expiration are also in the loop. So yeah, before we move it, thanks for the time. That's all I can say, and thank you for. And don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you want, and push the notification bell. Yeah. So let's do a quick market watch. So if you see, market is looking like absolutely awesome at right now. It's just like phenomenal. If you see, the market cap is like 1.5. Like I have not seen this like since I started streaming. Like I have not seen this since I started streaming. So market cap is up 1.5. And if you see the volume is just amazing now. Like right now, volume is just amazing. See, volume is at 89, just amazing. Like I have not seen volume at this high for a long time. Gas fees were quite high, to be honest. Like it was around 50-60 Goa when I was doing some transaction. Like I was some buying NFT, so it was around that, but I had to buy. It was like a limited NFT. So yeah, I don't know what happened. Like something blanked. I think my air conditioner just went off. But yeah, no issues, guys. Stream is online. Stream is online. I hope stream is online. Yeah, stream is online. Let me just confirm. Yep, stream is online. That's very cool. So if you see, Bitcoin is leading the chain. It's like 12% up, while the whole market cap is up around 8%. Bitcoin is up. We have not seen Bitcoin at this price. You can see the chart. It's just fascinating. Like everyone will love this chart, this kind of chart. If you see that, let's do one day. See this pump. Like I was literally witnessing this pump by like minutes. I was like, I've put up by minutes. I was just viewing this. Like I was just viewing this pump by a minute, and like it just felt so good. To be honest, it felt so good, and nothing was compared. Like the feeling, I was watching this with my friend. He was doing some charting and stuff, and I was watching that. I was like, just amazing. So yeah, so if you have like bought more, or if you have just held it, you're doing pretty good. And if you see, everything is up. Everything, I mean everything is up like by a magnitude of like 7, 8, 10%. Yeah, everything is up. And my favorite, like one of my favorite project, Polkadot, is like up around 50%. It was around $10 if you remember, in the recent day, Polkadot. And I just bought like Chainlink yesterday, and it's up 12%. I bought Solana. I had a lot of Matic. I bought like in the recent dip. I bought VeChain, which is doing quite good, and I bought some Aave too because I'm big. And yesterday I was like exploring the Terra ecosystem, like the Luna and the stablecoin UST. And like how to stake there and earn 20%. It's just fascinating. Like they are giving you 20% APY on your stablecoin, like 19.56. It's just fascinating. So I highly recommend you folks to explore that. Like the Terra ecosystem, just put in I don't know, just put in every week, put in $100 and earn 20% APY. So everything is doing good. Like the biggest bumper are AMP. There's been rumor going around like AMP and Algorand will be used by Amazon. Like we have talked about Amazon, we're gonna talk about today. For that, sushi pumped up a lot. Everything pumped up. Like what are the losers? The loser must be like all of this stable coins. That's it. So yeah, So the reason that the Bitcoin pumped up. So if you see the liquidations, okay, you can't see. Just let me put it this way. Yeah. Okay, you still can't see. Okay, let me small it. Yeah, I think now it's good. I will move it up. So if you see the okay, then it's quite good. You can see it. Yeah. So if you see the liquidation, like today, almost like shorts. Today, almost $1 billion worth of shorts were liquidated. Like I don't play with leverage. I was trying, but it was like I have like I was not comfortable at all to like play with leverage. And if I had a chance to put in which like earlier you can see like longs were liquidated like left and right, longs were liquidated like let me put it like period not okay, let's see, 30 minutes, 12 hours. Okay, let's see this. So if you see at this point, like long were liquidated, like 250 million, for almost $500 million of long were liquidated. But now, like yesterday, it was like shorts were liquidated over and over and over again. So it is just like almost $1 billion, guys. Almost $1 billion shorts were like liquidated yesterday. And I don't recommend any of the folks, at least you guys, to like play with leverage. Like leverage can be like, it can wreck you, to be honest. Like it can wreck you. Like you don't like you don't want to play with leverage. I will recommend you guys, just don't play with leverage at all. You can see like leverage has been like yep. So I was just like seeing if the voice is up. So don't play with leverage. So this was one of the most like one of the reasons like Bitcoin like pumped up. See, they're like Bybit 81% of the shorts were liquidated. FTX 64. It's just fascinating. Like just don't play with leverage, guys. Don't play with leverage. I can only recommend you this. Don't play with leverage. And if you see like the BTC level, everything like see BTC level. Okay, let's put it like ETH. How much ETH was liquidated? So okay. Yeah, so BTC, it's not showing total, but yeah. So this is showing like $827 million of BTC were like wrecked yesterday, or today only. 124 million of like ETH, and if we see put in all, like almost $1 billion worth of like shorts were liquidated. And if you can see like Bitcoin was like the most 2.63 million bit. Okay, what it is? Yeah, don't worry, I cannot read this, but yeah. So I just want to show you guys this chart. Like this is so this was like made like my friend, and he's like doing charting and stuff. Like this chart was like fascinated to me, so I wanted to show you, like this is the trend line. So like this is the trend line, and there are two support levels right now. Like there are 36,500 and 42. These are the two major support levels that everyone is looking at. And Bitcoin passed like when Bitcoin was hovering around 35, 36, my friend was saying like this is support we need to break. This is the support we need to break, or it was a resistance at that time. Just see those parabolic moves. Like he shared me this like the chart when the Bitcoin was like around this candle, and then we were like watching it at the same time live, and it just pumped up like really hard. So this is like the charts that I want to like see you guys just like refer to. You can see a trend line. It was like going down on the downtrend, but it just like it reversed. So yeah, so that's the one thing that I want to mention. And just don't play with leverage, guys. Just don't play with leverage. And if you guys like will follow like will I shared that on yesterday, and if you guys want to like see this article clearly like summed up in a very great way, like it explains like almost everything why like BTC short squeeze is coming up. So he mentioned like short squeeze, you can see like this, he mentioned like short squeeze, bottoms up, and like this is a chart of like whales accumulating. So if you see like the blue line indicates like not the blue line, which line indicates, So the dark blue line indicates like the whales, like the people who have like more than 1,000 Bitcoin. So if you see, they have like come down, and the reason that they come down, which I'm like speculating, is like one of the reasons is like miners have a lot of Bitcoin, and in China especially, so they had to liquidate to move, so that's why like this is coming down. And if you see like the people, retail people who had like just like small, who entered, this line has been going up and up and up. So guys, it's not like this, like Bitcoin is like people are still interested in Bitcoin, let's just put it that way. So yeah, so my friend just messaged me, like the one who made the chart. So yeah, so this I want to show you guys, like now everyone is like like this was the accumulation phase, to be honest. Like this was the accumulation phase, and there are a lot of holders of Bitcoin, to be honest. So this article like summed up everything, like why Bitcoin squeeze might be coming up. So yeah, I want to like see. And while we are talking on like leverage and stuff, don't take leverage, guys. Don't take leverage, it can wreck you. Like I've like read stories, uh uh yeah, I've read stories like people have like wrecked up their whole portfolio. They have lost all of their portfolio because like they took like 50x long, and it's just like and there's been to prevent like people taking leverage. So FTX has like cut leverage. Like now you cannot do 100x on FTX. It's 20x is still high, but it was like 100x at some times. And I've seen people like market went up like 10%, and they're like they put on 100x long, and their portfolio was like 1,000% up. So yeah, so I don't recommend, but FTX is FTX made a decision to like protect consumers. And FTX was not only the exchange, like Binance also does that. Binance also does like they removed like 20x leverage. So Future State started limiting new users to max use 20x leverage. 20x leverage is quite big too, like the people who have not used, but 100x was like very common in crypto from July 19th. So yeah, so like Binance did it like first, then FTX. So I don't know what. So like this is a Twitter thread, like Sam Bankman feel like it's a big Twitter thread, to be honest. So yeah, so he feel like an effective system needs to be like maintained in the economic systems, that which everything need to have limits, like you cannot cross lines. So yeah, he mentioned like 100, like he's referring to like 100x long or like 100x script like leverage, it's just like above those lines. So yeah, so he mentioned like also their platform, specifically their platform, they were like the revenue was like only 5% from leverage stuff. So yeah, so it did not matter to them a lot. And also because FTX is on the eye to like FTX is not on that to like work with regulators, and regulator does not like this much of leverage. Like options is a totally different thing, but like when you are providing like this much of like 100x 200 leverage, they does not like this, the regulators and stuff. So I think this might be one of those things, like they are trying to like go with the regulators, at least give them positive reply to regulators, like we are trying our best, like let's have a conversation. And like this is just fascinating. So yeah, so I think this is one of like this proves things, like if you are 100x you can like lost a lot of money, lot of money. And now FTX and Binance are like going behind that. And so while we are talking on the, like if you guys know, like FTX raised like 900 million, like almost $1 billion in funding recently. And what like early investors at FTX were like Binance. So like early investors were Binance, and Binance like has exited their position. And it's been quite interesting, like the discussion was going on. So because like Binance is on like on a hot trail of like regulators, every country is like regulator is putting hard on Binance. So they feel like so Sam Bankman feel like it was good to like let's cut off things off, because Binance and FTX both cater to different audience. And however, it might feel like Binance does not want to comply with US regulations and stuff. But Sam said that like Sam and CZ had a discussion in May, and Sam told the officials like that's totally off. Binance is actually the most compliant organization in the world, I think, in the crypto space. And so I also felt like I was also like in this phenomena, like Binance, just as Bitcoin, does not care about anything, but they are like truly they want to work with regulators. And I was watching this interview. Just watch this. Just watch this. So let me zoom in, guys. Just watch this interview and see what CZ is saying. Like I was also under the presumption like Binance does not care about US regulator, they want to don't comply with that stuff, but that's not totally true. If you watch this interview, it's a 30 minute, you can watch this on here, like I'm gonna share the link. But just listen to this, like I'm gonna play like 3-4 minutes and let's listen to what CZ is saying.
Yes. To the point, I think, to be honest, I think right now, I'm actually looking for a senior person with strong compliance background, with strong regulatory background to lead the entire organization. Maybe become the new Binance CEO. I think I'm a tech entrepreneur. So I've led the company for 4 years, and it's good. And I think we got to go through this pivot. When we're going through this pivot, I don't think I'm the best person to lead that effort. I think having somebody who's with a very strong regulatory background is actually better. So I think for the entire industry, we need to make pivots. I think right now crypto is very much understood as a financial asset type, and we just gotta treat it as such, and we gotta run the company as such.
So yeah, so just listen to this. I hope you listen to it very carefully. So CZ, who is like the currently the CEO of Binance, he himself is saying like because he's a tech person, he's like the tech guy. He does not understand like the regulators and stuff. So he himself is like admitting like I have made some decision. Look, I might have made some decision now because I'm in the product, I'm the tech, I'm building the tech, I'm building the product Binance, and like Binance is the best product that I've ever seen in the whole financial industry. I don't know if you guys have used it, but it's just so good. To be honest, I've not used FTX, like I'm still onboarding to FTX. I've just like submitted my KYC and stuff, but Binance is just so good. So yeah, CZ himself is saying because he's a tech person, this is the point. Like if Binance want to work with many regulators, this is the point that some pivot, like some business changes need to be made. And he himself is like saying publicly that if any of the folks out there who are like good in the regulation stuff and the regulators and stuff in the finance industry with the experience and stuff, he's able, like they might be the next CEO of Binance if served proper right. This is a big thing, guys. This is a big thing. This proves my point. Like this proves this point. Like everyone thinks that Binance does not want to comply with the US regulation or any regulations, but that's totally off. Binance is actually the most compliant organization in the world that I think seen in crypto. So this proved that. This is proving my hypothesis. And just watch this, guys. Like just watch this. It's at 26:45. Just watch this.
One of the difficulties we had before was, okay, when we say we don't have a headquarters, some people think we're dodgy, but it's just that we're a global business. We're virtual, we're online all the time. So, but now we're setting up those structures. So once those structures are in place, you may make it easier for the IPO to happen. So that's not out of the question. But I think right now we're still early stages. We're looking at how to structure so that it's easy for us to be regulatory compliant in terms of everything, in terms of headquarter, office. And it's just easier for to tick off boxes instead of them asking questions. How come you don't have a headquarter? So we're saying, okay, let's set up the structures to do that. But once that's done, IPO is not out of the question, but it's not immediately needed for Binance right now. So we are self-sufficient. We are growing very healthily. So IPO, yeah, maybe later, but right now no direct plans, but things may change.
Yeah, so this like CZ himself mentioned, like because of the structure that Binance have, which I totally can agree with. Like if you're running a product company such as Binance, like it's properly decentralized, just a Bitcoin that he himself says, and the team is all over the place, all over the world, to be honest. And I can relate to that because I'm one of those team members who is working in an organization that is all over the world. So I cannot totally relate with what he's saying. So he says because of like the regulators and stuff, they are like structured their mindset to a certain way. They want like, okay, if you want to go public, this is the headquarters, this is this. They need to like they need to tick box things, right? Because Binance is like a very, very, very different company in their sense. They feel like, okay, Binance is dodging and stuff. But CZ he mentioned that he is trying, like he by when I say he is, man, like the Binance team is trying to like work with the regulators as much. And because he said like Coinbase did an IPO, and I'm going to talk about Coinbase, just the next story is about Coinbase. He said that Coinbase did a playbook like every other company, like BlockFi, Binance, Gemini, like can follow those playbooks. And he says that he's trying to like get those structure down, work with the regulators, because Binance is one of the biggest exchanges. So if FTX is valued at like $18 billion, just let's see this. Let's see this. I'm gonna show you guys this. So exchanges. If FTX is valued at $18 billion, right? And FTX does like transaction of volume of like 1.5 billion, right? 1.5 billion just yesterday. Binance instead of 22 billion, and their model are same. They're like they and CZ also mentioned like Binance is a company that is healthy going. They are making revenue, which is like very different, because the traditional like right now the VC sectors, like I was watching an interview with Sam, and he said that right now the VCs are like thinking of two ways. One, a tech-based company, a growth-based company which needs to raise funds to sustain themselves. This is the one way. One way, a public company which is like making profits, running on their own. While FTX and Binance, both are the companies that are tech-based, product as well as making money, which you don't see very common. The great example is Cred. Cred is a growth-based company which is losing a lot of money. Similar to Paytm, similar to Zomato. They are a tech-based company and losing a lot of money. But FTX and Binance, both are tech-based as well as profit-making companies. So if any of the advertisement they spend on, they are making that money to spend on. It's their money to spend on, not like they have not fundraised. So if FTX is like 1.5 billion and they are 18 billion, and let's do a quick, just like simple linear mathematics. So if like 1.5 billion does like $18 billion, right? So if like they are doing 1.5, how much times is Binance? So 22.4 divided by 1.5. So it's 14.93. So it's almost 15, to be honest. So it's 15. And if FTX like I hope you can see, guys. Yeah. So if FTX is valued at like $18 billion, let's do that. That puts a Binance at an evaluation of $268 billion. And that's not including the Binance chain that they have. The ecosystem is just so amazing of the Binance. And they are one of the biggest, like this exchange, like they can handle a lot of volume. They can handle like 100 billion volume. So yeah, just want to mention that. So like Binance is trying to like deal with the regulation. CZ himself is saying like, okay, I have done some like things which like I don't have experience in, so I need some punters to help me out. So he's saying regulators need to be worked with. And just be like he himself, like Coinbase did an IPO and did a playbook. So Coinbase is getting sued, and this like I saw it coming from a long shot away, because every time this chart sees when people are losing money, they are suing right and left. If this Coinbase chart was like towards the up, no one had any issues. But right now, because like it's like 50% down now, someone is suing, and like these two, Donald Ramsey as a lead plaintiff is suing Coinbase. According to the complaint, the registration statement and prospect was used to like false and misleading. He says like Coinbase omitted to state that at the time of offering, like the direct listing, it required a sizable cash injection. They need like cash into their system, like cash into the company to be like expanding or stuff like that. And its platform was successable. I cannot say this word. To service level distribution, which were increasing like to occur as company scale. So they was saying like they did not mention like the company is going to scale. They need much input and cash and stuff. So which might like because if company is spending, not making profit, like if they're spending and reinvesting into the business, they're not like on the balance sheet is not set as profit. So that's why the stock does not move, because stock is like Stock does not have anything to do with the company business, how they're doing. It's about the market emotion and like how market feels like that. So yeah, so he's saying that the positive statement of the company business operation and prospectus were misleading, and like they lacked reasonable bias. And I feel like this was like coming, like someone was gonna sue them, because it's like, if you see, it's like almost 50% down. Like it reached to like almost 400, like 428. Like I think the high was 428, and now it's like 224. Coinbase is just one of those companies that's like it's not going well. So while Coinbase did a playbook for like any of the crypto companies out there to like do like how to IPO, they need to like this is like a reflection back. And the person who is suing, like he's suing like Coinbase directors, officers, and Brian Armstrong himself. And I feel like it will not matter, because they did comply with the SEC laws, and these guys are big lawyers. And one of the things that I think it's a quick cash grab, but I feel like these guys have big lawyers. Like these are billionaires, multi-billionaires. And I don't think so they are gonna have an issue. It's just like small thing, small bump in the road, which like I think they deal with like every day. Like the law team, the legal department must like get like these lawsuits here and there. Like they deal with like this. I feel like. So yeah, let's do this. And now what I'm gonna talk about is like much more of like how the news narrative, like everything before, like whenever Bitcoin pumped up, everything was like negative. Bitcoin is gonna crash, like 20k is coming, not 60k is coming. And now media just like revolves around thing. And I'm trying to find out a chart that like the price chart of Bitcoin with the media incentive. Like if media is positive, how much it is, and media is negative. So this is just I want to mention, like now I feel like this week a lot of positive news will be coming up. A lot of positive news from regulators, from like media, all of those like exchanges and stuff. And one of the examples is this. This will not ever come if Bitcoin was like 20k. This would be like totally different headline. Like pension fund is investing in Bitcoin. Are they making the right decision? This might be the headline. But because Bitcoin is up, invested 7 million, and this is the headline. So I feel like this is quite good. This is quite good because a pension fund is getting into like Bitcoin, and it's a big deal. It's a big deal. Why it's a big deal? Because it's pension fund. Like people are dependent on this money, so they are making like a decision. Like let's do like a quick like overview, or like let's invest in that because it's one of those assets like everyone is looking into. So yeah. So but that's what I'm trying to like aware you guys. Like media is not like media does not want to support you. Like media is not supporting crypto. Like crypto media is FUD. Media spreads FUD. Media is a distribution channel to spread FUD. And this is one of those examples. Like if Bitcoin was like 20k right now, this would be like, okay, strategist Mike glowing theories come true, 20k Bitcoin support level come up, this. So yeah, just want to say like don't trust media. Like read between the lines, do what they are doing, not what they are saying. They are buying behind your all backs. They are buying on the OTC market. So yeah, just want to mention that. And this is like great news for all of the Robinhood users. Before the IPO, they are thinking to like making wallets, and they are coming into like the lending and staking. So I feel like because like this, like the IPO is coming, they want to like, they need a much higher evaluation to like raise money or like stuff like that. I think it's like a kind of a marketing play. So they are saying, like they have said like as soon as possible. So like as soon as possible does not, it's BS, totally BS. Like it does not give a date. So they are like saying like Robinhood users might have like a crypto wallet soon, and they might be like working with a DeFi platform for staking and lending and stuff. And remember guys, Robinhood introduced like a crypto trading in 2018. So they had a long time, almost 3.5 years or 3.5 years to like introduce it, but they did so, and they are doing this right now before the IPO. It's kind of like a little bit tricky. So this is what I want to mention. Like read between the lines. Robinhood had 3 years to implement this. Okay, 1 year, like 1 year they were testing, like people are interested, but there's still a lot of time to implement. But why are they saying this? Like they will implement the crypto staking lending, and why will they implement wallets people can do, so people can earn on the crypto? So why are they, we think there's a big opportunity in front of us and we look to forward. So like my question is, why are they doing so right now? If they could have done, they could have done it earlier too. That's my question. That's what I'm trying to say. Read between the lines, guys. Read between the lines. This is one of the like the bullish news. Like Singapore is one of those country which is crypto friendly. Like regulators are like eager to work with. Like they have doing the communication. And Sam, like the FTX founder was saying, like he, because the company is based in Hong Kong, he's saying like the Singapore regulators was saying like, okay, so he was like, they were communicating, the regulators and FTX guys, they was communicating, okay, this is how it works, tell me more. So they were curious. Instead of like any of the government like India, okay, we don't know about this stuff, we need to make decision, we need to let's ban. Instead, the Singaporean regulators are saying, okay, tell me more. We need to put this thing in a bracket so that everyone can understand. So they are trying to be like ahead of everyone. That's why it's one of the crypto hub. Like Singapore is a crypto hub, entrepreneur hub, let's just put it that way. They don't have any capital gains, so like that's the attractive thing. No capital gains, you don't have to disclose any of the assets that you own. It's a very low income tax as well. So yeah, so and I'm not amazed, like 43% of the people, almost half the population of Singapore owns Bitcoin. Just like bullish news. And I feel like regulators can affect a lot of economy. Regulators can affect the economy as well. If India says that, okay, we are going to implement blockchain, Bitcoin and everything in our economy, I'm pretty sure it would be huge bullish indicator. Huge. The exchanges, all of the exchanges like will run out of their like Bitcoin reserves. Exactly. So yeah. So I think it's like because of regulators and like I'm listening from Sam himself. He says like they're interesting. Okay, this is how you make money. Okay, so okay, tell me more. How can you like how can we like put in this bracket? So they are interesting. They are curious. Like curiosity is a thing. You have to be communicative. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. If like it's a two-way thing. If you want respect, you have to give respect. And like if regulator says okay, fuck you, then these exchanges are going to also say that fuck you, we are not going to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. Most of the times like the Indian regulators said that to the exchanges, fuck you. Now do you think like if you say fuck you to another person, the another person would get, okay, how do I deal with stuff? The exchange is going to say fuck you too. That's what I'm saying. You have to work, like communicate, be curious and stuff. So yeah, I have two stories and I'm gonna end it. Have you guys enjoy. So we have talked about this like in the last live stream on Saturday. So yeah, Amazon, they are fully this is like this is one of those like the top leaders, like maybe not Jeff but the new CEO. He's saying like, okay, let's go hard on blockchain, because that's the thing. If we don't say so, we're not gonna survive. And that's my theory. That's not my theory. That's like Warren Buffett theory. He says that every 50 years, the top 100 companies that are in the like the top exchanges, like in the stock market, they will reverse, or like they will no longer exist anymore. So if you see the top company in 1980s was a bank, and it does not exist anymore. So it's like one of the great example that he mentioned. And I feel like if this big tech giant does not make any move, they are not going to exist anymore. So Twitter is making moves. So now Amazon just clearly said that on their interview, like they need a blockchain product lead, while Apple was like hiding in a way, and Facebook was also like, Facebook was not hiding, Apple was hiding. And okay, so one thing I also mentioned, like why Bitcoin pumped up, or like why I think like it's one of the reasons, because Tesla earning is like today, like Monday Pacific time zone. Tesla earning is today, and they own a lot of Bitcoin, and there's speculation around like Apple owning 2.5 billion of Bitcoin, and Apple earning is tomorrow. So that might be an interesting thing people are speculating over, because Apple also released like a job for like digital payments and stuff. So people are speculating they might have bought like $2 to $2.5 billion of like Bitcoin. So because both of this like totally aligned with like the B word, it is not coincidence, guys. It is not coincidence. It's total manipulation. Like B word, after B word, the price went shot up. Like you can see shot up, and now it's totally aligned with like the Tesla earning calls and Apple earning calls. It does not make sense. It like okay, something is cooking up in the background, or the internal people know something. So yeah, just want to mention that it's like Amazon is pretty clear. They are possessing themselves as the leaders, and like there's been also a rumor going on, or a conspiracy, like they are gonna use like amp and so that's why like amp pumped up like 50% today. So if you see, amp pumped up like, and Algorand also pump up, like Algorand also did a huge pump. So there's been like speculation they are gonna use too. They're like looking for infrastructure and stuff. So Algorand is like pumped up. So it was like 82 yesterday, or 81 cents. It pumped up. Yeah. So if you see, it pumped up. So yeah. So these are like earning calls. B word now. Amazon. It's kind of like read between the lines, guys. Read between lines. And this is just kind of like that news. This is one of those news like regulator stuff, because like I don't know who said that the US regulators, like one of the person in the US regulator. Okay, this is mentioned in the end. The SEC commissioner chair Gary Gensler said that whether you are a centralized exchange or whether you are a decentralized exchange, you need to be regulated. And this is what like I feel like Uniswap had to make decisions according to that. Like they were forced, or like kind of like compliant with, because they are okay. So I'm putting my thought here, guys. Because Uniswap has like a lot of big investors, big people behind it, like big investment groups. So they are kind of like forced, or like they don't want to like get deal with like Binance. Binance is not operated, so they were like complying with the regulation. SEC chair Gary Gensler. So they have delisted some of the tokens that were like securities, like that were synthetic securities, like gold tether. Like it's like everything synthetic related. Like these are like purely securities. Like these are securities. Like you cannot like unclaim. These are not securities. Like see, Amazon, Australian dollar, Swiss franc, Coinbase, synthetic Coinbase, but it's totally security. So yeah, so they are built on the Mirror protocol, just so you guys to know. So this is like they are trying to comply with the regulators, and it's a good thing. Like it's a good thing. Regulator is trying to get ahead of everything, or like not ahead, but they're trying to like work with stuff. This is good. Like then adoption will come. So yeah, that's all I have for today, guys. That's all I have for today. Remember, guys, you have only three options. That's what I preach every time. You guys have only three options. You either hold, you buy. If you don't like have money, just hold, or you sell and never look back. And if you have sold, you will have not seen these gains. And these are not like big gains, but like 10-15% is like a big deal in stock market. But in crypto, like 10-15%, it does not matter to us. But yeah, so big deal. Lot of long short liquidated. Binance is not what we were used to think, and I am also that person. I used to think like Binance is like fuck you kind of like we are decentralized like Bitcoin, we don't give a shit, you guys. So yeah, but Binance is not that. Sees himself has like said Singapore owns a lot of Bitcoin, people, Amazon getting into that, Coinbase like getting lawsuit, and Uniswap trying to like work with regulators. So yeah, that's all for today. I hope I will see you guys tomorrow, and tomorrow 2 videos, maybe a reaction, like fun reaction and stuff, and this kind of stuff. So yeah, see ya, guys. Have a good day. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe.